Alright, fellas, we already have an issue. Like an hour and 40 minutes into the game, we already experienced some fucky-wucky shit. Alright? As you can see, in this save, I am in Darktown. You're like, Luna, you haven't gone to Darktown yet. What the fuck? You just made it to Hangover. No, you just made it to, Harlock Shrine. What the fuck is this place called again? You just made it to Kirkwall. Why is that there? Well, there was a recording snap. I've been trying to find new formats that I record the game in, right? Just to see if the compression's better and saves me more disk space and whatever it may be. And when you do that in OBS, which is the program I use to record, it just resets all your settings for the video. And so I only had one audio channel instead of two. So you can only hear the game. And it was just me going like, right? So that's not very cool. So there is a lot of stuff that I did within this hour and 15 minutes, but we will be getting through it way faster. Let's see, that is the gallows. Oh my god, no, yeah, I did an hour. Ooh, I did a long hour. So the three things I ended up doing that weren't like story progression stuff that they purposely make you do, we go to Gamlen's home, talk to him, go to Aveline, talk to her, recruit her back, and then, you know, walk around, kind of explore, talk, read a lot of the codex and all that wonderful stuff. And then we're like, you know what? I feel like Darktown is like the perfect place to go to start the character. So we will be starting right up. I will be skipping a lot of stuff, a lot of exploring stuff. I'll be talking about it as I walk through, as Kirkwall has a lot of areas you just walk through. it's really bad. Kirkwall is kind of egregious. Now I know why there's a mod that allows me to just completely make myself go supersonic fast. Alright, let's see. So there's Mirren. So we'll go over to Mirren. He is a mercenary from Red Iron, right? And the story reason that I decided not to go with him, which we'll get to really quick.
Huh. So you're Hawk, the nephew.
Yeah, I'm Hawkeye.
Your uncle talked up a storm about you. He better not be blowing more smoke out his ass.
So, how much you're paying? How do you know Gamlen? So you're a mercenary.
I'd like to know more about you first.
Right. You're not a marcher like your uncle.
No. I've been hearing about these marchers.
Well known in these parts. We pick who we work for and keep our noses clean. But anyone screws with us, we mess them up. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes
All
sense.
I know is if we join the company, I'm going to start talking like that.
Shut up. Oh my god, I remember being so irritated because he like pops in conversations and he says the most dumbest shit I can ever imagine some of the time. Yeah, you keep talking like that, you're gonna have me talking like that. Oh boy. There's a part later. There's a part later on where he talks about like, oh, the resemblance between the two brothers. I'm like, bitch, you do not look like me at all. So he's a mercenary for the Red Iron, which, if I'm not mistaken, is also a wonderful
I'll find some other way.
weapon thing that we had in the previous game. Now, the reason why I did not go with him, which I wanted to pop up after one of the conversations, which it didn't. So I am an apostate. Both of these people point out the fact that I'm apostate. Weirdly enough, I am continuously having this wonderful, sexy little thing on my back, and I can't take it off, which was another thing that I ended up knowing. Yeah, let's not do that. So, as you can see, I cannot take off the apostate staff, which for roleplay reasons and story reasons for my character, with, my father being apostate, and I'm pretty sure him ingraining into our head, like, hey, don't be caught, don't be caught, don't be caught, this is what happens to you. The Chantry is going to do this, the Templars are going to do this. Indoctrination into the Circle of Magi, you will eat bugs, that type of shit, right? So, let's see, I also got to keep this in canon. I took that from him because he was being fucking annoying. Alright, let's see. What the fuck? I can move left or right with Q and E? Oh. What the fuck? I am not used to this. I've never played a game like this that had that. Did Knights of the Old Republic have this? Because all I did was press W and do this. Right? That's all I ended up doing. So we have disgusting, disgusting shitty little city elves. Look at this. With their little fucking toesies everywhere and their little monstrous feet. What is that? Look how crooked they are. Disgusting. Disgusting little toe beans with rings on it, but they have updated the look of the elves. The elves look a little bit more attractive. Their ears are going up a little bit more, a little bit pronounced. Nice tattoos on her. You know, the patented go through the arms, crossing type of thing, right? Very cool. There's a guy. Which one? Who's doing it? Oh yeah, the patented video game. Put your hands in front of your face. Now the reason we ended up picking her, which we'll go through all her conversations.
Are you a Fenril?
Picking at him.
He must be Gamlen's nephew.
Fenril.
Interesting. I don't know what he told you about us, but he certainly told us a great deal about you.
How much exactly?
There's a great deal of
Enough to pique our interest,
Habsburg's draw
provided you
going
can
on
justify
here,
your uncle's
right?
confidence.
Let's see. So you're a smuggler. You're offering a lot for us.
I hear getting us into the city isn't cheap.
If you're as good as your uncle claims, we're hoping you'll be worth it. After all,
Hoping.
it's not every day we're offered an apostate's services.
Yeah, you see that? And this fucking pisses me off. You know I'm
I
a
didn't
mage?
realize Gamlen had told you that
Dude,
much.
Gamlen literally
the Templars in
snitching.
Kirkwall like to
What
think
the
they have all
fuck?
mages properly leashed, but when has that ever been true? We can keep them from taking notice while you're with us. Wouldn't be the first time.
Terrifying. Automatic, like, you know, if there was like, oh, Walnut will remember that? Yeah, that's immediately Gamlen. Walnut will remember that. Fuck Gamlen. Why would he do that? It literally, it ends my life. It figuratively ends my free life, right? Until I'm a good boy and I'm able to leave sometimes, right? Maybe in Kirkwall they're nicer. You know, in the slave city, they're just nicer. So you're the smuggler. How do you know Gamlen?
How did you get to be
So
one
there's
of
a
my
reason
uncle's
these two people know
contacts?
Gamlen.
Is that what he calls me? He owes us after that last big idea. If you turn out, though, we'll consider things even.
Last big idea. And the Red Iron guy ends up knowing Gamlen because Gamlen ended up getting in a fight, and he couldn't win.
Tell me what you
He
need
couldn't
done.
pay his debts or something like that. He played like Tussle Tuppy
There's
Tup.
a merchant named Cavril, friend of the Templars, so they let him set up his little shop here in the gallows. We supplied him in return for a piece of the take, but now he won't pay up. We can't go near him without him screaming for the guard, but you can. Get our money from him and you're in.
Okay. Also, another thing, we have Walnut V2, as you can see, have new tattoos. So, we have to go talk, we gotta go shit talk that one guy. So, we get two choices on what to do, and the reason I ended up going with her, because she's a smuggler, and we're able to, pretty much, our autonomy is related on our own self. It's my choice if I get caught, it's my choice if I get caught. I'm gonna get caught because I ended up doing whatever to get fucked over, right? In a roleplay sense, why I'm going with them. And in the Red Iron, literally one of his dialogues is like, "Oh, you're an apostate, right? Like, oh, you'll be good for a year before they come for you." Like, what the fuck? Like, no, don't say that. I have to do this for a year. You know, what is it? Is it gonna be on day 363, 365 exactly? Like, what are we doing here? Hyperbole. Oh yeah, we have this conversation.
But
Now then, what can I do for you, Sarah?
Now, the funny thing is, you could just say like, "Hey, this bitch sent me."
I believe you owe your business partners something.
Oh, I see.
Should I go tell the guards?
Not just yet. I want to hear this. So, Athenril sent you to collect, did she? Too cowardly to do it herself.
Now this is like the delicious little cherry on top of a cake. Just kidding, it's the worst thing. It's too sharp. It doesn't taste that good. But You can do this in Dragon Age 2. I think this is like the coolest fucking thing. I keep looking at my camera because it goes out of focus sometimes. It fucking annoys me. Anyway, the best thing you can do with Aveline is that she could step in and fucking strong arm people because she's this very strong, boardish woman, right? A battle maiden.
Care to step in here?
Look at this.
Only because this toad deserves it.
Oh boy, it looked like she
You
was
have
about
a
to
choice.
fucking kill him.
Pay,
Guards?
Or I beat it out of you and your men.
Hey!
Stay back. Just
His
take
paid
what's in the
guards
chest.
just have...
Take it all. Now I'm getting out of
cares?
here. Let those guards find someone else to buy Dogland junk.
Dogland junk and Aveline Friendship Plus said she loved that shit. She was into it, man. Now we did this all for 2 gold, so
Should do it.
2 gold. What is that? Give me that. What are you holding? Give me that. I need backpacks. So this was a very cool interaction seeing it. Now my reaction to that was drastically different when it first happened, but if I get to do that with the 3 characters on here, they're more involved in my choices. They're more, I could sick the dog on people per se, depending on what. That is like
Here you go,
beautiful
as requested.
thing. Now, if that's only
Will you
one
look at
of
that?
6 in the entire
Tell
game,
your uncle we'll make the arrangements. Welcome aboard.
and I level up. Cool, 3 tactic slots. Brother. Alright, attributes, so you know what we're doing. We're putting it all there. My father told me. My father. Oh, actually, you know what? Where's it at? Very interesting. Pyromancer. Long practice of wielding flame increases all fire damage. When I leveled up, there was something called... I wonder if it'll show up after I put one in here. I wonder. I'm not exactly sure. But I know for a fact I'm going fire. No, it doesn't. Something called force and something else ended up popping up. But I think that's after the year time skip that we're going to get. Alright. Let's see. We got the Giant's Reach. Why not? Do that. Our girl. Bump Con. And let's see. There is... Let's see. Turn the Blade. Stone Wall. Elemental Aegis. Just one of these. Perception. So she can't get backstabbed. Very cool. She's going to be our tank for right now. Right? And my brother Carver is just going to be an asshole the entire way. Gamlin. Oh, Gamlin.
Yes, they've agreed to help us.
I'll speak to Athenril and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
I guess we did it. We're here to stay.
Man, I can't believe it got
at least
sold.
for a while.
We did it? Me and Aveline did it. I don't know about that, Carver. For a year, let's not do that again. So
The
long
blight
as
may
we're safe.
still spread, but for now, we have a new home.
If only Bethany were here with us.
And Wesley.
Walks away from
Let's just see
emotional
what
damage.
We have a long year ahead of us.
Don't need to hit that. I hate that. I hate when the strand of hair goes into the cheeks.
Thus began the champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight.
Ooh, nice.
But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So he remained, paying off his debt, made a name for himself in the underworld. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors
Alright,
stranded
I did
in the
not see
city,
them when I was
waiting
playing,
to
by the
return
way.
home.
I'm really interested.
That's also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith.
Oh
But
boy.
most importantly, that's when I first met the champion.
And he's literally going to pop up 3 seconds from now. So that's going to be very, very cool. So, there is something that I do want to bring up that I dislike about video games doing. It's a very small thing, right? But I can understand it. Definitely with these guys, they're crunched beyond reason, right? Release this game in fucking 2 months, 1 month, 3 days, motherfucker. Say goodbye to your family. Look at this man, Sonic Man. I got to go fast. Who's that lady? Whoa. Watch her be no one.
No. Andraste's tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
Look,
Maurica's
we know you're going
tits.
into the deep roads. You'll need to hire the best, and we're...
No. You're too late. Already done.
Look at that, we
the
got
money from
Paragons
this
chilling.
trip could fix everything. You need us. We fought Darkspawn.
Look, Precious. I don't care if you tore the horns off an ogre with your bare hands.
You make him understand. We're running from your bloody Templars.
So the Templars have decided to come after me. Now, brother, please. You're right, but settle
My
down.
brother has a point. It's on his head, but it's still valid.
Oh, thanks for that.
So what about it, Bertrand? We're just what you need.
You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
So this is
Well.
very interesting.
Back to waiting for someone to turn us in.
Is the reason that man turned us away is because we're from Ferelden? Right? Is it that noticeable? Also, show some support, you're no mage, why worry?
You can relax. After all, the Templars dogging us are mine.
Did I sound that bad? Maker, I'm turning into Gamlen.
Maybe your son, huh?
Gamlen.
Maybe mom.
He's got a head for this
It's a
garbage.
little weird.
Maybe he can talk to Bertrand. He knows some people. After last week, we need all the coin and influence we can get.
Yeah, this gets risky, but we're checking a bad idea, but he'll help
He
us.
got us into the city, more or less. If there's a chance he can push
So I'm
Bertrand-
picking the same choices
Worth
that I did
checking,
prior,
I guess.
right? This is
What
before
else
I met
can we
Gamma.
do?
If
We're
I met
losing
Gamma,
ground,
it would be right
and I don't
choices
fancy
all the
waking
time.
up in the
Fuck
gallows.
this. Fuck this motherfucker. This guy sucks my dick. But Carver. Oh! I've been smuggled! No! Oh, baby. Look, that dude's dead.
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the
Look at
merchants.
that. We got some
Might want to find yourself a new line of work.
delicious, delicious
Off
chest.
you go. How do you do? Varric Tethras, at your service.
Male
I
cleavage
apologize for
and
Bertrand.
dwarf.
He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw.
But you would?
I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
So there's something specific that I've noticed about Carver, right? A majority of the choices that we do that I think that doesn't fully 100% go onto the family, like 100% like he's kind of like Morgan from the first game. Morgan is fine if you do selfless choices that help us in the if it helps them, if it I don't want to say it helps the party, but it's beneficial, right? She won't have a negative opinion about it, but if it goes to giving out handouts, she will be continuously negative. It'll be -10, -5, -5, -10. It seems like Carver has that same thing, except it's with the family, and it's kind of interesting. It seems like whoever did the writing and whoever made the choices mean whatever it is. It's like they wanted you specifically to have Carver and the MC to go against one another, because it's like the good choices are like the combating. We've already had three. One of them was like the biggest noticeable one, right? When he snapped at us. He was like, yeah, we're only in this mess because of you, the Templars, right? They're causing us issues. Like, god damn. Okay, so Varric. Are you in on the expedition?
You're part of Bartrand's venture.
Literally
That's
his brother.
The deep roads wouldn't normally
Literally.
be my thing, but I can't allow the head of our family to go down there alone. So as you might imagine, I have more than a passing interest in this expedition's success.
To you? What about me crinkling stuff? So, I will want to say this. Why go to the deep road to make money? Right? That is one of the biggest question marks in my fucking mind. Why would you ever go to the deep road to make money? Now, there's forgotten cities down there, right? But like, if you're not, they're dwarves. I was about to say, I was like, if you aren't a dwarf, dude, duh, it probably pays super well. Obviously, they're reclaiming part of what they lost, right? And we're gonna end up learning about the guy later when I look at his codex, Bertan, that we're gonna learn his kind of reasonings, which also kind of brings up the reason why he's going into the deep road to begin with. Although I don't know why Varg would have wanted to join, to be honest with you. You know
What
who
makes
we
you
are?
so certain we can help? You know nothing about us.
Oh, on the contrary, you've made quite the name for yourself over the last year. The Coterie has been squeezing smugglers out left and right, and the only group to survive owes it all to you two. The name Hawk is on many lips these days. Not bad for a Ferelden fresh off the boat.
So this is what I wanted to mention, right? So during our 1 year time skip that we ended up having, which is just right now, it's just been 1 year, right? We ended up gaining infamy. We ended up becoming something. We ended up becoming someone in the underworld when it comes to smuggler. That's so much that higher up people are knowing our names and knowing about us. And we have a legend per se. Why don't they give me like one big mission as a smuggler, right? One big mission as a mercenary. Like why would they do that, right? Also, why would you want a smuggler to go into the dark road where it's like continuously fighting? Right? Right? Different jobs for different people, but like surviving down there is like a big thing. Right? There's like the Shriekers, the Hurlocks, there's the Genlocks, you know, we got ogres chilling. We end up reading that they just kind of wander the deep roads alone for some reason, which I don't know why. And they end up having a band of their own, being a leader, right? But why smugglers? But yeah, that's just one of the things that I just like about games, how they're like, by the way, you're a super cool mega fact man, right? And then they don't show it, they don't do it. Now, the example that I'm trying to state, right? So we picked to become a smuggler, and we could have just been given one mission, and then boom, we hit the legend status, right? Now, in different games, like you say Commander Shepard, even though that one's a little bit different because you pick your backstory and whatnot, but people have immense respect for you, for who you are, what you are, and immense respect for you for who you are and what you are, right? That respect is kind of built from the beginning, and you don't have a choice in the matter, right? You don't get to pick it, and then the game's just like, yeah, you became legendary, fuck yeah. Anyway, continuing on, right? So, like, I at least wanted, like, a little bit of a hand to something, but in the end, doesn't fucking matter. In the end, it doesn't fucking
You
matter.
must have heard of my brother as well, then.
A little, yes, but it is you they speak most of, Messer.
That figures.
Your brother is certainly welcome to join us by all means, but I'll leave that in your hands.
Oh, I'm going. Without this expedition, we won't last out the year.
Yeah? How do we reason when you're a little too smooth? Your brother refused me. Why is this is the truth though, but what kind of energy am I going to be saying this at?
There must be some way to persuade your brother to hire us on.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
Bitch, I have 50 silver. God damn. You'd vouch for me?
Your brother doesn't seem like the sort who's willing to split profits.
My brother is many things, but he is not stupid. Far better to share the profits than be trapped in a tide with 1,000 darkspawn between you and the exit. Trust me, he'll come around.
Why would you stick your neck out for a complete stranger?
I'd rather take a chance on someone with your reputation than head into the deep roads unprepared.
Yeah,
Besides,
my reputation?
we'd be your partners. I'm willing to give a little trust if you are.
It's so weird that he's our foot, right? Like, I would say no, but since the game's pushed me towards it, you know, I have to do it, but, like, that's your big plan.
I hope there's more to this, like how I'm supposed to get that much coin together.
You need to think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn. The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for
That
life.
mindset is incredibly...
The dwarf makes some sense.
Oh my god.
No offense. Look, you started this, and it's a good idea. Certainly better than ending up in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
Seems like long shot, so you could help me. I'm supposed to
What's
trust
to stop you from taking my investment and running?
You'll be traveling with the expedition, and I'll be at your side. If I cross you, you'll be the first one to know, and I'll be the last.
You're asking me to take a lot on faith.
You're asking for a guarantee? I don't know that I can give you one. Look, I know the Templars have been asking questions. How terrible would it be to get out of the city for a while? If this works out, you'll be wealthy enough that the Order won't be able to touch you. You need the coin, and I need your help. We need each other. I can't make it sound better than that.
We've literally dealt with an Arl's son. Like...
It's not like I had anything better
in the
planned.
previous game. It doesn't
Perfect.
matter.
Colonel's
take you.
crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job, and you'll have the money in no time.
Sure, easy. But maybe Aveline's got some bounties out. She joined the city guard, right?
Yeah,
We should
Aveline
talk
didn't
privately
stay
for
with
the
us.
chance in the hangman,
She ended up
maybe.
splitting
I'll be
off.
there when I'm not with you.
I wonder if that would be different
Now,
if we went with
Let's
the
go see
mercenaries.
what trouble we can stir up. Keep a hand on your coin, Hawk. There are more cut purses in Hightown than in the rest of the city combined.
Nice. But yeah, we have him as our wonderful friend currently right now. He's joined our group. Let's see, a friend of the guard. Hold on. Friend of the guard. So we'll mark this active quest. Oh, well, boom, 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 boom. Deep Road Expedition. Not really worried about it too much. Let's see, characters. The hero Ferelden. The hero Ferelden once belonged to a clan of De La Shells. An encounter with a tainted magical mirror corrupted the hero and threatened his life. And only the Grey Wardens held the cure. To save the hero's life, the clan gave him the Grey Warden commander Duncan and Yoder. The hero fought and killed the Archdemon. That's right, I'm Andraste's champion if you didn't know. And lived to tell the tale. With the Archdemon gone, the Darkspawn ranks broke, and the Horde was easily routed. After ending the Blight, the hero Ferelden took up the mantle as Warden Commander. I would have gave that to someone else. And began the task of rebuilding the Order of Ferelden. Like, here, Alistair, you're king and Warden Commander, double it. Alright, so Varric. So Varric's very interesting, right? So he takes care of his family. And he prefers, he doesn't, so let's see, this is the biggest line that tells his character. Varric was born 3 years after his father's exile from Ozamar. You're like, what the fuck? Exile. Yeah, we'll get into that into here. Into the world of the Merchants Guild, the ancestors never spoke, and paragons were the heroes in tall tales. the number of dances Kalan lady gave to a lowborn ascendant boy were more pivotal than the reigns of kings. Right? Into the world of the Merchants Guild. So we're talking about Varric. So after his father got exiled, he went into the world of the Merchants Guild after they ended up, all thanks to Berthan, right? Because Berthan was the oldest one, along with the mother. It ends up showing is like, oh yeah, the ancestors never spoke, and paragons were the heroes in tall tales. The number of dances Kalna Lady gave to lowborn adjacent boys were more pivotal than the reign of kings, which pretty much says that he's interested in the other things of life instead of the dwarf life, right? He never grew up in it. He's been, stone isn't inside his butt, right? While Barthan ran business and drove House Tethris ever higher up the social ladder, Varric looked after the family and the retainers. His mother, Lady Eliza, suffered terribly from the trauma of her disgrace and exile, finding solace in liquor and smoke. It fell to her younger son to try to curb the worst of her drunken rages, to keep her from becoming a matter of public scandal, and to care for her when she fell ill from her excesses, which is crazy. Though he is famous throughout the Merchants Guild for his stories, Varric speaks rarely of himself or his family. Most of Kirkwall know him. Everyone has bought him a drink at least once for the sake of fictions rather than his family's connection. So, I do find it funny that the lady that ended up took him in the beginning of the Chantry lady, I don't know who it is. He's the one telling our story, and he's the one best suited to do so. Now, funny enough, look at this. Bartan has an extremely long, like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little paragraphs, right? Half of Kirkwall wants to be my best friend right now. The history of the noble house Tethris stretches back to the foundation of Orzammar. The memories, so they were way back when during the fucking Empire shit. The memories say that three times a child of House Tethris took the office of Assembly Steward. They held appointment in the shape rate of memories and the shape rate of golems, but no longer. So they were very, very high up there, so much so that they were steward to kings. Others. In the second year of the reign of King, Endrin Adukin, Lord Andover Tethris, were found guilty before the Assembly of willfully manipulating proving matches. So this is very interesting, because proving matches is like, you fight someone and then you get whatever you want. If you win, that gets put to pen and paper, right? So, like, was he making, like, petty battles with people and, like, setting them up, right? Like, giving them a slice of pie, or, like, because he was fixing matches, and with how hard-headed the dwarves are, like, I for some reason, I don't feel like I see dwarves taking bribes, but when it comes to, like, because how dead set everyone was on their political beliefs, so much so that when we made someone king, right, they still fucking attacked us. When it was all said and done, the dude was gone, his political allies are gone, and they still attacked us. So, like, it's very weird. For this affront to the ancestors, he and all of his houses were sentenced to exile on the surface. Advar died a mere 5 years later, leaving behind his Lady Liza, 10-year-old Bartan, and 2-year-old Varric. So Bartan was 5, and Varric wasn't even born yet. He was -3. He was just a twinkle in his father's eye, right? So he was born on the surface and not born below, which is something I just caught right now, actually. Exile, surface life, and the loss of her husband conspired against Lady Liza, who took to drink, leaving young Bartan to manage what was left of House Tethris. By the time he was 15, Bartan had doubled his family's fortune, so Bartan ended up becoming the man among the colonists, the old elite of the Dwarven merchants. He used it to build alliance. Actually, you know what? His once noble title gave him an instant place among the colonists, the old money elite of the Dwarven merchants. So, was my interpretation of what Varric was saying completely wrong? He used it to build alliances, to build it. I think it is. I need to look up what Kolnas is. I think it's completely wrong what I just stated. Because Kolnas, I just assumed like it was just like noble women, that type of thing, right? Okay, Kalna, a surface dwarf who insists on maintaining caste and rank. That is what a Kalna is. Alright? So, Vark was born 3 years after his father exiled from Orzammar into the world of the Orzammar into the world of the Merchant Guild. The ancestors never spoke, and paragons were the heroes in tall tales. The number of dances a Kalnan lady gave to a lowborn ascended boy were more pivotal than the reign of kings. So he's talking about the Merchant Guild, which I'm assuming is the Merchant Guild is something related to the dwarvens making it, if I'm not mistaken. The dwarves on up above, or it's talking about like things in Orzammar really don't matter anymore. But the number of dances the Kalnan lady gave to a lowborn ascendant boy were more pivotal than the reign of kings, because the Merchant Guilds had different ideals in Orzammar that they don't care. I don't want to say they don't care, but like things aren't as important, right? From what I understand. Disgrace of House Stairs fueled his ambition to a once noble title, gave him an instant's place among the Kalnas, and the old money and leave the Dwarven Merchant Guild. Okay, so he used it to build alliances of businesses. So the elite of the Dwarven Merchant Guilds. Okay, so this is a Dwarven Merchant Guild type of thing. All right. He used it to build alliances, and the surface dwarves don't give a fuck about what's down below. All right, okay, cool. So in a sense, the number of dances the Kalnan lady gave to lowborn ascendant boy were more pivotal than the reigns of kings. Cared more about dances with women than the reign of kings, pretty much, like the goings-ons in Orzammar, because he's a surface boy. By the time he was 15, so it kind of works the same. A little bit, right? He was like, oh, deal with the nobility up above, but like, hey, the nobility down below, we don't give a fuck. Dancing, maybe I'm dancing. By the time he was 15, Bartan entered his family. By the time Lady Eliza died, Bartan had made the Tetris family one of the guild's most influential, but wealth and power on the surface couldn't satiate him. He began to court alliances with the wealthiest ascendant families, branching into banking and mercenary companies. Guild members mutter that nothing will satisfy Bartan but complete reconstruction of House Tethris estate in Orzammar, down the rivers of lava built in Kirkwall. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Cotier. Let's see. What is the Cotier? Kirkwall is built in solid edition of human suffering. There are many criminal empires in the city which have been around since Imperium, and Kirkwall has a hub of slave trade, alliance, spy, manipulate, betray. Cotier is a thieves guild that... Okay, so yeah, there's a bigger thieves guild coming down on the necks of everyone else, right? We want to go this way so we can go see Aveline. And we'll get to see something pretty interesting. What are these freaky long-armed people? What the fuck? Okay. The Viscount's Way. Look at these guys. Lead it up, standing here.
Did you
know
hear what Lord Barry said?
It's pointless talk. Things will never change.
Things will never change, and devils will never cry. I will say, I have never seen anything bad in an area.
It's eerie how much resemblance there is between you two.
Yeah, I don't know
We're
about that.
brothers. What's eerie about that?
Oh, you thought I meant Hawk. I was talking about Gamlin.
Maker, I hate you, dwarf.
I've never seen anything bad in an area that have eagle symbolisms. Totally nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. Okay, so I noticed these are two different things. This thing and that. And I was looking at the Dragon Age wiki to get like logos for like the thumbnails and shit like that, just seeing how I want the thumbnails to be designed. And someone had this next to a dragon. I'm like, is this a dragon? What? No, it's not. It's kind of weird. So let's go to Aveline really quick.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
And I walked right in.
Remembers to eat supper today.
Fine day,
Encountered. Fine day, Sarah. And we have Aveline standing next to like a cool notice board. For some reason, very pyramid-like. Look at her, still wearing
Aveline.
Cuck's boyfriend,
Hello,
husband.
Hawk.
Cole.
Been a while, hasn't it?
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for
Spy.
Bertrand. He's a son of a bitch.
Sparring. But now I wish Varric says something right here, because there is no way we get here without Varric next
You
to
know
us.
I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends. The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
He's dropping anything useful. Bartending is my only option. You're not happy as
Still having trouble? I thought you were past all that.
Lately, I don't know. I've been pushed out to some dead patrols. Maybe I stepped on someone's toes.
You can be forceful.
My charm, right? I should be able to go where I'm needed. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
So it's very interesting. She ended up splitting off with us, but we ended up developing friendship, most likely because we share friendship in grief within a sense, right? Now, I did kill her husband, and she really did not like that, but Aveline seems like such a strong lady, but it's so weird. Aveline also seems super, I don't want to say guarded, but like tired. She seems exhausted. Like, what ended up happening in Lothring, and her husband ended up dying, even though he was a dick, right? We assumed he was a dick. He was living up to his duty, but, you know, we're apostates and whatnot, right? You know, on the run, he's like, you know, by the fucking decree, order, and the scrolls, motherfucker, what you gonna do about it, huh? Like, okay. Chill. Daddy, chill. Let's see, are you happy?
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
Now, I don't know why she's not being accepted. That's what I don't understand currently.
It's been a year settling in.
Yeah, what a crazy thing. I
Are
would have
you
never
all
asked
right?
this, but...
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am. How close I hold my memories is my own business.
Ooh. At least we asked that in, like, a nice way. Instead of, like, you fucking sad Wesley died, bruv, that I killed him, yeah?
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
I love that life.
Is it?
But there's a new king for a new Ferelden. Seems cocksure, but I guess he was there when the Archdemon fell. Can't fault an active hand. It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. What about you, Carver? You were there. Do you feel something similar?
No.
All right, then. Bit of a tit, your brother.
True. Okay. All right. When she said that, right? So I'm assuming she's living she's kind of like refocused her life after the loss of her husband, and she's like, yeah, I should have died in Ostagar. I should have died like Killian. I should have died like everyone else there. And she's doing like the, I don't want to say broken warrior, but like the wounded warrior who has retired. And you know, I think there was a saying that's when soldiers retire, they don't die, they waste away, or something like that. Retired soldiers waste away. So maybe it's like that, right? Let's see. Would you
The
return
blight
to Ferelden?
is over. You could go back
Please
to
don't.
Lothar.
I need a tank. Please.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
I hardly went back to fight back. It was sad to leave that way. It was sad to leave.
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
All right,
True.
Aveline. You have something worth doing.
My patrols may be empty walks in
Look
the
at her
dark,
post it up.
but there's
So
something
cool.
big coming up.
She's wearing
and I
sick
could
armor
use you.
too.
An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Who are we up against? Why not tell the other guards? You can hire civilians.
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected time to time, as long as they're competent. You still claim to be competent, right?
Aveline, you've got yourself a partner.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
Yeah. And she gets accepted into our little friends. Now she's here with us. Let's see. So, I will definitely say, look at Varric's fucking bowgun, dude. Oh my god. What are we, Monster Hunter? Sheesh. I love the fact that one of our guys is a bowgun main. Isn't that amazing? Bow and arrows were, like, drastically better in the previous game, but, like, bowguns look so damn cool. It is ridiculous.
Good day, sir.
Oh, we didn't get that guy kicking the wall. I've heard that line like 12 times. It was like, hey, stop kicking the wall. Hey, stop kicking the wall. Hey, can you stop kicking the wall? Hey, by the way, can you stop kicking the wall? Alright, so there's one thing we gotta do here. We have to do the Exiled Prince because that's what I ended up running into. And then we'll go to Lowtown and we'll talk and then we'll be pretty much caught up to what I did. Like, what is it? The hour and 45 minutes that I ended up playing. Pretty much done in, like, probably this episode was like, you bitch-ass motherfucker. Webcam.
A Ferelden in the Guard. What will they think of next?
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native either. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the Guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
I like Aveline. I wish Aveline was like a little bit bigger, you know, a little bit taller. You know, it would be nice to have a beefy woman. But Sebastian, look at that.
Sebastian. Stop this madness. The
don't listen to her.
Cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This
Look at
is
his armor.
murder.
Look how sick that is.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Was murder. Hey, you hate the Chantry too? And we'll go to the Chanter's board really quick to go see. Duty. A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family, Vail, or Vale family, in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity, Prince Sebastian Vale. So for whatever reason, the Mercenary Company, paid most likely, this dude had his entire family destroyed. And he is within the right to be pissed. And he seems like a really cool character. I don't want to say like he hates the Chantry, but he seems like a really interesting character that, let's see down here, a really interesting character that might be extremely well written, right? So we'll go down to Lowtown. Take control of your party members. Oh, I learned you can press F1, F2, F3 as to be able to cycle through your party members. I was super happy about learning that. It was like just big smiles on my face. I was just kind of messing around with the keyboard. I'm like, what does this do? What does that do? What does that do? And I'm boop. I was like, oh, that's nice. Extremely sexy. Nice. Oh yeah, so, we did the Lady Elegant too.
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
Oh, this is a new combo.
Your off-duty hours for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
So, Lady Elegant.
My. If it isn't Hawk.
I
Good
feel
to
like
see
this
you
was
again,
someone's like OC.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind.
It's Lady
I'm a married
Elegant.
woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Ethenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
I wish we get to work with a Thetful more. I hope that character's a little bit bigger. I'm doing my best.
It isn't always easy, but things are going well enough.
That's wonderful to hear. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Ethenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Elf root potion. Yep, and then we could click on the table and we could make our potion. Right? So when it comes to, like, is this everything that goes into an elf root potion? Now, I've noticed, no, it requires one, but, like, I'm assuming they want us to find these and new stuff unlocks, but, like, you see this? It gets rid of injuries. Now, I'm wondering, I did die when I was doing combat, when I redid this save, so I can, you know, edit my character a little bit more. And I did not, oh, actually, you know what? It's a thing to check. I did not have an injury or anything in my attribute section or on my character screen, so I wonder if that, yeah, there you go. Creation, Force Mage. So there and Blood Mage end up popping up with Spirit Healer also out of this one here. So a cool thing is that I can just click on the shop to be able to do this and just go in, and because my brother's an asshole, we'll just do this. You don't get your sword. Act right.
My favorite spot in the whole city. The taverns in Hightown are all owned by the Merchants Guild.
You didn't say that last time. But we're going to be going into our home.
No offense to your uncle, but this house smells like really old cabbage.
Jesus. So, this area in the low town right below Hightown, they say in the description when you read one of the little stones, saying that you can see Hightown from down below. But you can't really do that. At least from a majority of the angles, you can't really do so. But this used to be the quarry. So, wowzer. I love living in a quarry that got turned into a home area. Wow. Bum, bum, bum. Look, we got a doggy. Look at him. He's so thick still. I thought he was like an ethereal summon doggy, to be honest with you.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well,
Oh
I
boy.
was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still
Ooh
their
boy.
daughter, their eldest.
Let's see, writing desk. Letter from Aethril. Your year is up and you're free to go. Despite what you think, we had a good thing working together. I might pass along an opportunity to. So, yep, the Black Imperium. I don't know what that is. It scares me. Even if I read it, it doesn't mean anything to my mind. So the Chanter's asking for help with relating to the Prince quest, which there's 2 ways to get it. Let's see. Is there anything in storage? There's nothing in storage that I can see, right? All right. But inside, we have everything we need here. I will open up. As you can see, we got DLC. We have items that we can't wield yet. All right, look at that. Blade of the Archon. What the fuck does that mean? Everything for our characters right there with 2 DLCs, chilling. Nothing new we can really do. Actually, one of the things we can do is that Cardinal Rules of Magic, which ends up teaching us that, hey, guess what? The Apostate Legacy. So this is ours, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who Alden's is. We don't know anything. The Black Sheep Cache. There's something somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? There's a box somewhere filled with, like, tomes that allow me to, like, level up or something like that. Oh, right here. Special deliveries. So yeah, as you can see, I can't wield the majority of these things. Imported circle staff, lead dragon. Oh wait, this is from my game. This is from my game. Whoa. Oh, look at that. Damn, Greater Tome Remote Vessel, and we have tomes. So we can't, so the downside is we can't take, we have to take everything, right? New Codex, Staff of the Parthalin. During the Exalted Marches, the Temporary Imperium was in chaos. Magister, Parthalin, and 2 high-ranking magisters were sent to Kirkwall to put down the slave uprising before it spread. The entire empire over the Legion never arrived at Kirkwall. No one knows what happened to the party, Magister, Parthalin, or his fabled staff. Oh my god. Okay, so this is his staff. Okay, so there is a picture inside of the guard area where it ends up stating that, like, the Tevinter, when the revolts were happening, the slave revolts and people were attacking the city, it was 3 high-ranking magisters ended up going to a specific part in the city, right? And them doing so ended up creating like this hole in history that people are like, why did they go? No one knows. Why would they go here? Why is this place super important? And there's probably a dragon beneath the floorboards. Alright? I'm gonna be honest with you. So, Air of Confidence. After averting the disaster of the Circle of the Markham, Evra was given a ring by the first enchanter. Who? Amulet of Ashes. A ruined piece of charred wood hangs from the ceiling, half melted gold. Blood Dragon armor. The Red Dragon Hunter, the far cliffs of Kirkwall, written by Ferelden refugees as she fled the Blight. This book poem describes her dreams of her new start Kirkwall, the city across the sea. Readers will surely be enriched by her sight. Hader's Razor, Kirkwall Cedar's quarters. Fortunes have been built to slave trade. The ancient Dwarven blade undoubtedly commanded a high price, but Hader could clearly afford it. Who? This weathered silver amulet has passed through many hands a year. Deep blue sapphire almost grows. So I never picked this up. Era's trophy belt. Era's might. Fascier. The core of the blade is old. Boots of the frozen waste. Hindsight. There are more famous swords than you could count. These are the helm. There are helms beyond numbering. There are breastplates, daggers, and even mythical footwear that roam merely off the tongue. There are storied rings, gloves, and even bags involved around camp's common fire. But belts, there are very few noteworthy belts. It was here that the dwarf Thalid Hammerspur decided he would make his mark. Here he thought, between the tunic and the trousers, I will stake my claim. He was familiar with the state of the art. Of course, as an artificer making a name for himself in Orzammar, he had access to the typical robust record-keeping of the forges. He knew the drunkard's cinch and the pouch paw, but there was no poetry to them, no lineage. There were parlor tricks, the domain of hawkers and pawns. He wanted a belt with unbuckled gleam with purpose, but what purpose? He worked on it from time to time, waiting for inspiration to strike. In the meantime, he needed something to keep his pants above his knees, though he might as well be wearing the damn thing. And he did so until, after an especially memorable night at the Tapester's Tavern, he managed to fall into his own forge, shoveling out his remains. They found him among the gray ashes. His belt somehow mercifully persevered. What a terrible way to go. Hindsight is belt possessed of strange, slow intellect. Whatever would have killed the wearer does at the very moment. The belt develops a resistance that would have saved its owner. Not one knows how Thodlin managed this, and at this point, it would be difficult to ask. When the belt is held in the light, just so, the leather reveals a grisly catalog etched into the glinting material. The irons fashioned with black steel, Kirkwall's and foundries. The iron foundries, minor safety harnesses such as this one, have protected their hardy wearers since the days of the Tevinter. Sir Isaac's armor. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Isaac is, the chilling tales of Sir Isaac of Clark are a favorite of bards performing in the wee hours of night. In dark caverns through the Thedas, these horror-filled stories captivate listeners and bring nightmares to the front. Wait, hold on. Temperatures of the frozen waste can become perilously cold. The barbarians live on the foot to protect against it. The barbarians are generally hospitable. Is this a reference? This is a reference to things evolving over the year. That this is Dead Space. I've become much more ornate than Paragon Evo's original design. The ancient gold amulet bears the original crest. The Lion of Orleris. At the height of summer war in Orleris was embroiled a fierce battle. Over the course of the war, dozens of contenders Imperial throne emerged, most long forgotten except the footnotes of the scholarly tomes. But everyone remembers the gallant young Lord Emile Devreux, the Golden Prince, thought outnumbered at every turn. He racked victory upon victory, culminating in the Seventh Battle of Roses. While wearing the shield, he broke through his uncle's vanguard to win the day. He never knew the taste of defeat, instead meeting his end at the hands of a jealous lover in the dead of night. Wow. Of Things Not Lost. Written by Frozen Refugee as she fled the Blight, the book is a poem to describe struggle, preserve her past, leading to a few physical mementos. While the runes are met, written by Frozen Refugee, she fled to lead the staff of... So what's Evra's trophy belt? Each piece said to be trophy collected by Evra in his many adventures. I wonder if that's a reference to anything. I'm not exactly sure. But I did not expect lore on shit that we were going to be picked up. This is new. This is all 100% new. Look, I like how it says two-handed, can't even wear it. Adders of Antiva, you can't wear it. Lion of Valeris, Seeker of Bulwal, you can't wear it, you can't wear it. Staff of the Parlathan. It's plus 2 magic, plus 24, plus 14. Do they give me 2 versions? So... Ooh, alright, well, it's nice to have that. Let's see, Apostate's Road, Boots of the Frozen Waste. Cool. Evo's Family Crest, Dura's Blue Flame, Health, Regen, Fire Damage, Physical, enemies drop better equipment, Willpower, and so plus 7 health, Attack, plus 1 to all attributes, Deep Green, King of Whispers, Cunning, Everest Trophy, plus 2 health regen, plus 2 physical damage. Why not? Irons. Oh my god. Hindsight, plus 1 enemies drop better equipment. Oh my great googly moogly. Same team plus 90 enemies drop 1 coin. The TV. Oh my god. Great googly moogly there. Rune of Fire, Rune of Impact, Rune of Protection. Very, very cool. Now, I wonder if me just picking up those items... Okay, so it gives them to me. Alright. I was about to say, I was like, me picking up those items allowed me to do this, right? Abilities... Nothing like that. So that's very, very cool. We got a whole bunch of items, which I have to go outside to be able to see what's up with them. But nice little power up.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming. Heroin in the Dragon Age world? It exists. Heroin is real. Let's not fight. This isn't a dream. Let's not fight. So we'll go... Mother's right.
Why was nothing set aside for us, Uncle?
Ooh.
Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Lance, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
What a shitty little fuckhead. Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. Tell me about our family and what exactly
did Grandfather mention Mother in his will at all?
Our father died when you were still in short pants, lad. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Short pants?
Oh, of course not. Why should you do something reasonable?
Let her just look at it.
Please, Uncle. We have a right to see it for ourselves.
Maybe so. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
I think
Who
so.
bought the estate,
And you're
Ganon?
so...
Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know.
Reinhardt.
Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
What a shitty little fuckhead.
Get out of my face!
Look at the
Your
way he
mother's
talks to
bad
us.
always
enough.
wanted to
I
bring
don't
your
need
children
you
back to meet
nagging
your
me.
grandparents. Now, I wish we'd stayed in Ferelden.
Oh my god, what a shitty little fucking. We fix his debts. This year of slavery that we put in just to be able to live and escape the blight. This little bastard. We did it all for him, and he's so fucking pissy about it. Always. Always. We get some cool stuff here.
I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago.
We hear that, like, oh, Gamlin is still curing debt. Payment is now 2 months late, Sarah. Interest secures, and you're well aware you will find yourself barred from the establishment unless payment is made. Think no better card sharp, or number runner in Kirkwall will deal with you. I certainly hope the matter is attended to before steps are taken. Let's avoid further pleasantries. He's being a shit. He's still a shit.
I can't have Mother living in this hole. We've got to get out of here.
So Birthright. Carver seems disturbed by all this talk. Now that is one of my favorite things. Look at this. If something's happens, he wants to be talked to. Isn't that fucking crazy? That's crazy in my mind.